I was having a regular day. Nothing special. I opened my phone, checking notifications like I always do. Then I saw it. A name. A name I hadn't seen in a long time. And suddenly, my body froze. My stomach tightened. My breath shortened. It didn't matter that we haven't spoken in years, or that I built a whole new life since then. My body remembered before my mind did. The way I used to shrink. The way I used to ache. And I realized healing isn't forgetting. It's learning to breathe when the past returns. Back then, I believed in forever. Not because they promised it, but because I wanted to. I gave them the softest parts of me. I told them stories no one else knew. I let them see the versions of me I usually hide. And for a while, it felt safe, mutual, real. But slowly, the distance came. The indifference. Messages that used to come fast now came with silence. I started blaming myself. Maybe I was too much, too needy. And one day, they were just gone. No explanation, no closure, just absence. I didn't just lose them. I lost parts of myself I had given away, and that's the scar I carried even when I thought I had moved on. After that ending, I told myself I was fine. I buried myself in work, in hobbies, in distractions. I said things like I don't need anyone. And people believed me because I played the part well. I laughed. I made plans. I looked whole. But the truth is, I built walls, not homes. I kept everyone at a safe distance. I was kind but guarded, friendly but distant. Even when someone tried to care, I questioned it. What do they want? When will they leave too? My heart wasn't open. It was alert, always bracing for pain. And the saddest part, I didn't even realize I was still living inside the wound. They were kind, consistent, gentle. They didn't rush me. They didn't push. They asked real questions, listened fully. And that's when I felt terrified. Not because they were wrong, but because they weren't. I kept waiting for the twist, the red flag. I told myself, don't get used to this. Because somewhere deep down, I didn't believe I deserved steady love. My nervous system was still wired for chaos, for chasing, for proving, for fixing. So when someone just stayed, I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't trust calm. I mistook it for boredom, and that's when I realized I had more healing to do. I wanted to pull away. I really did. Everything in me screamed, protect yourself. But instead of disappearing, I stayed. I told them I get scared when things feel safe. Their response wasn't confusion or judgment. It was a soft smile and a quiet me too, sometimes. And in that moment, something shifted. I realized love isn't just about butterflies or certainty. Sometimes it's choosing to stay while shaking. To give your heart a chance, even when your history says, don't. Healing didn't mean I stopped fearing love. It meant I stopped letting fear make all the choices. They didn't chase, didn't beg, didn't perform. They just stayed, steady, gentle, there. On days I replied with cold texts, they didn't take it personally. On days I pulled away, they didn't chase, but they didn't banish either. They gave me space without making me feel abandoned. And for someone like me, that meant everything. Because I was used to extremes, obsession or silence. This middle ground, this quiet presence, it confused me. But it also made me curious. What if this is what safe love looks like? It wasn't some big confession, just a small truth. A soft part of me I don't usually show. I told them about how I overthink, how I shut down when I'm overwhelmed. I expected a pause, a polite nod, a slow retreat. But instead, they said, "That makes sense. Thanks for telling me." No fixing, no pity, just presence. It startled me, how simple it was. I was used to people walking away from the mess, but they didn't flinch. They leaned in, and that moment cracked something open in me. There wasn't a big turning point, no grand breakthrough, just small choices, day by day, choosing to reply, to show up, to speak honestly. And slowly, I noticed I was no longer surviving. I was relating, connecting, feeling. The walls I built didn't fall all at once. They just stopped feeling necessary. I began to feel safe, not because the world changed, but because I was no longer hiding from it. And that, to me, felt like a new kind of freedom. It was a small moment, easy to miss. I was sitting on the floor, eating takeout with friends. Someone said something dumb and we all laughed. And for a second, I forgot to overthink. I didn't worry about how I looked, or if I belonged. I was just there, laughing, full, human. It hit me later, walking home under the streetlights. I wasn't pretending anymore. I didn't shrink myself, or edit myself. And that was new, and rare, and beautiful. I used to think healing meant forgetting the past, the people, the pain. But now I know it means remembering without breaking. I still carry scars. I still have soft spots. But I no longer hate those parts of me. I honor them. I care for them. I stay with them. I've learned that safety isn't someone never leaving. It's knowing that even if they do, I won't abandon myself again. And that is the most solid ground I've ever stood on. I may still be healing, but I'm here. I'm whole. I'm enough.